What's up guys, I hope you're having a great day. My name is Michael and in this video we're looking at Bulliever Island. So Bulliever Island is a play to earn game, NFT game, and it is about to take off next week. So we're here giving you all the early insights so we can make sure that we can benefit from all the amazing things that are happening with this project next week and in the upcoming couple of weeks. What is Bulliever? It is a fantasy metaverse island where you can play games and create experiences and earn rewards. So they have created their Bullievers, which is obviously their own metaverse. It's not just playing a game, but you can play a game, you can create your own setting within the game, where at least you can create your own platform that other people can play on. And there's a couple of different layers to this game, a couple of different features to this game that I believe are giving this project a lot of potential. So we want to look into it a little bit more. Obviously, what we want to know is how can we benefit from the NFT release coming up next week. So I've got all the insights about that as well, everything you need to know about this project and how you can make money out of it, because that's what we're here, that's why we're doing this. If you want to stay up to date with all these amazing perks and you want to be very early on all the new upcoming projects, of course, make sure that you subscribe to the channel so you're always the very first on all the updates coming up. That being said, let's have a look at Bullievers. They have created an open world metaverse platform. At least that is their vision, that is what they're working on. As I said, we're still very early, so we can benefit from all the developments that they're making throughout the next couple of weeks. It is really taking place right now. Things are really finding shape right now, and that's why we're looking at this project exactly today. So own NFTs to join the community and get access to the metaverse. You need to have one of those NFTs. Ideally, you have one of the bulls because it's gonna give you access to the bears as well. Creators can unleash imagination and build a new brand of blockchain games powered by Unreal engines. Immerse your home to hang out with friends and connect in an immersive experience. All right. So what you can do in the metaverse, the main features are obviously play to earn, create to earn, craft your experience, and a DAO governance. Also 3D avatars that are going to be released later on this year in Q3. So first things first, let's look at the play to earn thing. So you need to have one of these NFTs. Obviously, they're on OpenSea right now. So if we look at OpenSea, there are 10,000 items with only 2.2 thousand owners. That means that a lot of people own multiple of them. A lot of people, probably there's a couple of them that just own one, but most of the people out there, they own multiple ones. I had a conversation with somebody from the team, and he said that there's some of them guys out there that have over 100 bulls as well. So those are the diamond hands, the big whales within this project, and obviously they lower the number here. So as you can see, the floor price right now is sitting at 0.15 Ethereum for one of the bulls. And as I said, we're very, very early with this project because of all the amazing things that are happening. But if we look at the floor price a little bit, well, then I have to be honest with you guys, we might be a little bit, I wouldn't say late, but we could have been a little bit earlier. Why? Is because the floor price has gone up over 50% in the last week. Floor price was sitting at 0.1 Ethereum, went up to 0.12 for a little bit, and then it spiked up. A little bit difficult to see here. But if we look at the chart of the last 7 days, we can see here 7 days ago the average price was, as I said, 0.1 Ethereum. It's gone up, peaked up a little bit on the 12th, 2 days ago, and now it is steadily going up, sitting at around 0.15 Ethereum as a floor price. Why is that? We want to know why the price is rising, and we want to know whether it is still a good time to buy a couple of these, yes or no. And as for me, it's going to be a yes. So I'm going to be buying a couple of them at the end of this video. Why is very simple. They're releasing the bears, right? So it's going to be bull versus bears. That's the concept, of course. Bull market, bear market, I think is the idea behind it. That's what they got the idea from. And here you can see upcoming, unlock the bear NFTs. Bear Hunt is one of the first games for the community to play on the Boulevards. So they're going to play the game in their own metaverse, which is called Bear Hunt. The awesome thing with this is the information that I've gotten is you're going to need one of the bulls to be able to get one of the bears, which is a concept that we see more often, right? Same thing if you look at, for example, Bored Ape Yacht Club. At the start, you were able to get a mutant ape by holding a bored ape. A little bit different because you were able to mint mutant apes as well, but you see it more often where people that holding the original token, they get airdropped the second one, or they were able to mint the second one. An extra pretty cool thing with this is that you actually need to play the game to be able to get your bear NFT. So the things you need to do is sign up and connect your wallet, sign up, register to access the game store, connect with your wallet and claim your NFT from the game. So you need to download the game, explore the island and start the hunt, and then you go for the bear hunt. So you hunt for the bear itself, and then as you go, obviously you can claim your bear NFT, which is an ERC 721 token, so it's on the Ethereum blockchain, and each bull can claim one bear, so they're one-on-one. Depends how many bulls you have. Obviously, the more bulls you have, the more bears you can get as well. Now, what they're working on, if somebody's watching this and they're like, man, I got 100 of these bulls, I don't want to play the game 100 times, they're working on a little bit of a concept for you there, so you don't have to play the exact same thing 100 times over and over and over again. But I think this is an awesome concept. It's going to be very interactive. It's going to also allow people potentially that are in it just for the quick flip. They might buy one of these NFTs now so they can have a bear with it as well, and then they sell it again, which is a very common thing to do. I do this very often myself as well because it's almost guaranteed money. But this way you kind of get a feeling for the game a little bit, you interact a little bit, and you start making that connection, which might mean for some people that they decide to keep their NFT a little bit longer. And of course, it is good to have volume on OpenSea and to have, you know, NFTs being sold, but it is also good for people to kind of hold their NFTs for a little bit longer, right? So when we look at this bit, the explanation here, play to earn, we already know what play to earn is. You earn rewards and collectors by playing funny games in the metaverse. Create to earn is cool though. You see this coming through a little bit more often as well, but people are able to create their own games, and then you have that game that you've created represented as an NFT, and you can see it here. You can monetize it by creating engaging experiences. Each game will be represented as an NFT that you own the IP from, and I'm gonna assume probably that you're gonna be able to sell this NFT as a piece of land, as a game that you're able to sell to somebody else, that you then earn money from by selling. Of course, you're probably gonna earn money by people playing in your field as well. So if you wanna hold it, it's kind of a form of passive income, where the more games you create, the more people play on your games, the more passive income you generate that way. Craft your experiences, buy land and craft your experiences in the Bulliever Island Metaverse. Unleash imagination, hang out with friends, and immerse yourself in the virtual world. Then they have a DAO governance, have a say in the future of the metaverse experience by the Bulliever Island. Probably the more NFTs you hold or the more tokens you hold, the more sayings you will have. On a side note, they are releasing their own token as well, and that is also coming up shortly in February 2022. So we're mid-January, that means only 2 to 6 weeks to go. So depending on when in February they're launching their token, but 2 to 6 weeks to go before that token launch. A lot of hype is going to be around the token launch, meaning the price of the NFTs will probably go up even more. And maybe they have a system, because they do want to get people to hold their tokens or to hold their NFTs. They might have a system in place, or they're going to come up with a system where the more NFTs you hold, or if you hold the NFTs, you get a higher allocation, or you get some form of benefit with the tokens. I think that would be a good idea, at least if they incorporate something like that. So 3D avatars, bring your NFT to life and wear them as your avatar in the metaverse. Your avatar is your digital representation. So they have their 3D NFTs ready in Q3 of 2022. So it is a big year for these guys. This is what it's gonna roughly look like. These guys go to the gym, as you can tell, but they look awesome, right? It is a cool concept. I like the idea of the bull versus the bear. Of course, that's what we talk about a lot within the whole crypto scene, the bull market and the bear market. This is what it's roughly gonna look like. This is a bit of a sketch, so obviously you can expect things to look a little bit different, but this is a very cool base setup already of what you can expect from your 3D avatar. Cool. So then next up, what you have, you can buy NFTs, you can own the land, you can trade different assets. So they have a couple of different features coming through here. They will have a marketplace themselves in place as well. So if you enter the metaverse, right, you can change, you have your chance to be a Boulevards. So there's 10,000 of these NFTs. This is what they roughly look like. You can get them on OpenSea. But if you enter the metaverse, you have a couple of different parts here that you can do, right? Enter the Bullieverse. Bullievers is a fantasy metaverse island where you can play, earn, have fun, and make new friends. So they have their own marketplace where 10,000 of these NFTs are listed. If you click on one, it directs you to OpenSea, where it is either listed or it's not listed. So what I like about this is it's very easy for you to be able to go through. Here, this is one that's listed. This is number 2 on the list. It is very easy to go through and see which one you like. If you want to have one that you kind of, you think it's important that it looks cool, you can go through the whole list and you can find which one you like, and then you just simply go to OpenSea and see whether it's listed or not, or you do a bid on it, an offer on. Here you have land, but that's not available yet. So again, this is something that's going to come up, which is going to increase the overall project, the progression of the project. Then they have items, in-game items probably, which is you're going to be able to use. Maybe it's going to be perks for your NFT to make it stronger, to make it perform better, whatever that might be. It might be weapons, it might be tools, it might be clothing, but this is something that's going to come up later on as well. Again, it's going to be more money floating into the project. It's going to be more attractive for people. It's going to have a more dynamic feel to the whole game. So a lot of layers to be made still, and as I said, we're still early. You can buy one of these NFTs now, and then this is not even something that you want to buy or participate in, but that is still something that's going to increase the value of the NFT you're holding. And again, as you know, we're here to make money, right? I'm not the one that's playing the game. Sometimes I might play a game eventually if I like the idea and I think the concept is cool, but we're here looking at things from an investor's point of view. So here the Bullievers creating engine. So this looks cool. This is how you can create your own game. It looks very detailed already. Don't ask me to do stuff like this. This is not for me. I'm just an investor. I look at projects, I do research, and I want to make money. But I think for a lot of people that are interested in playing games and are like, they have that creative side, I think they would really like a concept like this as well. Then you have the game store, bear hunt game coming soon. This is the bear hunt game. This is what we talked about. This is what it's gonna be all about starting from next week. The beta version is releasing next week on Monday, so that's when people are gonna start playing the game and they're gonna start experiencing how to use their bull to claim their bear. I'm gonna get 2 or 3, depending if I see a couple of the ones that I like, 2 or 3 bulls to be able to get 2 or 3 bears next week as well. I'm gonna assume the floor price is still gonna go up over the weekend, and I'm gonna assume that the bear RC has a utility because it's gonna be used in game definitely, so it's gonna be having value. Floor price might not be as high as the bulls because that's the original one, but there will still be a certain level of money involved with them. Whether you then want to keep it or not, that's of course up to you, and that kind of depends on your investment strategy. Some do quick flips, some hold it a little bit longer, so that's a question that you have to answer yourself. But I think all answers are correct here. You can either quick flip it and make some money on it, or you can sit with it a little bit longer and see how progression goes. But you go from 3 NFTs to 6, or from 1 to 2, so you double the amount of NFTs, so can't really go wrong there, right? And then they have more upcoming games as well, which is Hoops in the Hoops. So it's like a basketball type of game, probably going to be Bull versus Bears basketball, and then the Bull Run is going to be a athletic type of game. And then the events, they have an event in Decentraland, so that's like a headquarter launch party, so that's going to be pretty awesome, I think. So overall, very detailed already. Nothing has been fully completed yet apart from the Bull NFT, so we're going to have to see how things are going to actually develop, but there's a lot of potential here. Token coming soon. The token is coming up in February. As we said, they have a community, Discord, Twitter, Telegram. I asked a couple of questions to the team members there in Discord before I made the video. Very helpful. They answered all the questions. They're very interactive. I think that's always a positive. They invest in a good team. I don't know if the person that I spoke is part of the actual team of like a moderator, but at least they invest into solid people there. So the rise of the metaverse, let's not get into this too much. We've talked about this a lot already, but metaverse is building up. Zuckerberg changed Facebook to Meta. People are starting to see that the normal world is starting to slowly ease up in towards crypto and into the metaverse, and that's something that we want to play into. That's the idea of all these games that are being released, right? So again, this is a whole concept on what the metaverse is, the vision. Bullievers is an open metaverse developed for the community of players and creators, right? It is built for the Web 3.0 citizen to have an immersive environment. As a result, gamers enjoy an out-of-the-world experience combined with a transparent and fair monetization mechanism that underpins our play-to-earn economy. which makes sense, right? So it's powered by an easy to build low code platform, so they can easily create their own games and then be able to use that, and others will be able to use that, right? In line with the spirit of decentralized autonomous organizations, the DAO, so people are going to be able to decide where the development of this project is going to go into eventually. So it's going to a community-owned metaverse. People that hold more NFTs, more tokens, will be able to make more decisions of this project, right? So decentralized governance, immersive user experiences, fair compensation for users, seamless game creation, digital asset ownership. All right, cool. So play, earn, own, experience. That's the idea behind it. Foundational framework, secure, scalable, rich gaming platform built on Ethereum, Polygon, and Unreal Engine that provides game players and creators an enjoyable experience. All right, this is not that important for us. That really we want to know a little bit more about the ecosystem and about the tokenomics. That's what we're getting into, right? So game players can enjoy our first game, the Bear Hunt, in Q1, which is what we're getting into next week. They're launching the beta version, and obviously after that they're gonna come up with the token. So a couple of awesome things lined up for us that we have to look forward to. Right after that, they're going to be land sales are going to be up probably as well. Land buy and land assets, so you can lend out your NFTs and your land as well, which is another way to probably make a passive income. So the ecosystem overview: how do they make money? How do people make money? Player rewards, creator economy, curator economy, marketplaces, asset ownership, and value accrual. All right, that makes total sense. Bullievers economy itself, game players, game creators and owners, asset creators, owners, DAO, visitors, investors, of course, people investing into the project eventually as well. So there's a lot of different angles there of how people will make money out of this. And the ones early will obviously benefit from every single angle of people coming through. All right, next up we have the tokenomics. So Boulevards has a dual token model, the bull and the shell. The bull tokens are the governance token that are linked to key decisions and voting on resolutions as the organization moves towards decentralization. And then you have the shell tokens, which is a gaming utility token that keeps the platform liquid and fuels the play to earn and create to earn economy, right? Which makes sense. This is the way that's been set up. The shell token is the utility token, so that's the basis of all transactions and interactions. And it'll be an ERC20 utility token, so it means it's built on the Ethereum blockchain, with Polygon being the layer 2, meaning it's a bit of a cross-chain system there. We see a lot more cross-chain projects coming out with a token being built on a certain blockchain and then a layer 2 behind it, right? Which makes sense these days a lot. So you have the bull token, that's the governance token. Interaction with bull tokens are generally done by 3 actors. So the Bulliever's foundation, the staking pool, and the Bulliever's treasury. So the foundation acts as the incubator platform for the creation engine. As a result, any assets created on the platform will share a portion of its revenues with the foundation via smart contracts, right? While the initial incarnation of the foundation is a centralized body, over the course of a few years, they intend to become a decentralized ecosystem. Then you have the staking pool, designed to remunerate bull token holders. Bull token holders, or also game players on the platform, will have higher earning potential. So you can stake it, or you can stake and play probably, and by staking and playing, you'll have higher earning potentials, which is cool. Incentivizes people to actually start playing the game. And then the treasury represents the bulls that are owned by the foundation, that comes from the proceeds of sales from DAO-owned assets with 12-month lockup. Proceeds generated through this treasury will be sold back to the market to pay operational expenses. And then in short, the shell token is an in-game currency in the Boulevards. Players will use shell tokens to acquire in-game assets. You're going to need it for weapons, special powers, health potions, skins, and other cosmetics, and it'll be currency within the marketplace. There's going to be, I believe this is 1 trillion. This is, let's see, 1 million, 1 billion, 10 billion, 100 billion, 1 trillion tokens in the initial 5 years, but there is a burning system in place already, which makes sense, right? While talking about the token a little bit, so they have the plan to decentralization. Bullievers will gradually evolve into a community-owned decentralization organization. The process occurs as Bull token is distributed amongst players, creators, and community, with the Bullievers Inc. ownership becoming less concentrated over time. So the team will set up a vote with the locked play to earn and staking rewards, which is cool. People can vote how that's actually going to be set up. Prevent hostile actors from disrupting the ecosystem during the early and crucial phases of development, and they've estimated that Bullievers Inc. will no longer have the majority vote by January 2026. So by then, the actual owners of it will have less vote, probably less amount of the tokens than other people by January 2026. So how they're gonna do it? TGE and token distribution is gonna come up next month. Phase 2, after that, the Bull token holders can stake their tokens through the staking dashboard. They can also start to vote. Then phase 3, which is going to be in 2024, the creation of decentralized governance framework, more on-chain votes about smaller issues, and then probably here it's going to be about bigger things. Bull token holders determine which governance framework should be used and how much should be voted on. Potential things that can be voted on: spent on the platform, reinvested, enabling other NFT communities to join the play to earn economy, which is going to be cool to incorporate other NFT communities. Partnerships with game studios: how should the community treasury be used? Grant to creators and treasury management, which is cool, right? All right, so on a side note, the upcoming IDO is going to be in February, as we said. We don't fully know everything yet, how, what, when, and where. But what we do know is one of them, which is Infinite Launch. So Infinite Launch is going to be one of the launchpads that's going to actually launch the project, right? So that's only one of them. They said there's going to be multiple launchpads launching it. I have tried to search it, so we do Bulliever IDO. We can't find too much information on other projects that are going to launch this, yes or no. So here you can see again Infinite Launch mentioned. Other than that, there's no other launchpads out there, but there will be a couple of them. What I would love to see happening, but we don't know whether that's going to happen or not, is that they're going to allow people holding the NFTs to participate in the IDO. They could even do it on their own website. It's probably not going to go like that because they should have announced it by then, but maybe they have easier access to doing some form of the IDO or launchpads through either their own website would be awesome, but otherwise somewhere else, right? Which makes sense, cool. Other than that, you can own a metaverse. You have the citizenship, you can have the NFTs, of course, which helps you be able to play. New drops and breeding. The breeding will happen in Q3 2022, so a little bit have to wait on the breeding system, but that doesn't matter that much because we're either not in it for that long, or if we are, by then we're gonna be having all the tokens and the NFTs, and they're gonna go up in value. There's gonna be a lot of things happening in the meantime. So if you're willing to wait, then it's fine because they do have a lot of things happening in between. If you're somebody that's a little bit quicker, I usually tend to be a little bit quicker. I don't have too much patience, but because there are so many things happening, they're not really letting anybody wait, right? As long as there's enough events and announcements coming through in between, then we're fine. Right, then you have the land. So the land is pretty awesome. I'm always very interested in land sales or owning pieces of land. Why? I don't own any pieces of metaverse land now. There was a sale at the Sandbox the other day, and I'm considering buying some form pieces of land because it's gonna be very valuable over time. And look at Sandbox selling their own pieces of land. Eventually, they don't have any land left, and especially pieces of land. You know, a piece of land sitting right next to Snoop Dogg within the Sandbox metaverse is worth millions and millions of dollars, right? That can only go up, but eventually there's no land left to be bought. You can imagine projects that want to build their own metaverse within Sandbox. They're gonna have to buy a piece of land. They will have to, and they're gonna have to pay hundreds of thousands of millions of dollars. So that's something that's going on in Sandbox, but that's happening everywhere, right? So that is gonna be the same with land for Bullievers. I'm not saying that this is going to be worth millions, but I think it is a good investment to buy land. First phase of the Bullievers launch will focus on the bear hunt game experiences. However, they will roll out the island through 2022. Community members at Bullievers will have the privilege to buy and own land, right? How awesome. So how the hell do we become a community member? Probably tokens, probably NFTs, maybe engagement in the Twitter, etc. They can also rent it out for events and community activities. So as for me, I'm not very active in any communities apart from my own. If you want to be part of the community, there's a link in the description below for my Discord channel where I am active in, but other than that, I don't really have the time to engage with a whole lot of people in different communities. Some people really do. So I just want to buy the NFTs and the tokens to be able to swoop my way into that. They can also rent it out for events and community activities. This section describes how we define the land and what it takes to own a piece of land in the Boulevards and the process of renting a land a citizen owns. What is land? Right, that means here we can see buy, sell, and rent land. People wanting to play the game and want to develop certain parts of this game will need land. Land is tokenized piece of plot on Bulliever Island. Community members can buy and rent, while the focus of the team as we close 2021, so this is written in 2021, is to get the Bear Hunt game live and the hands on our gaming community through 2022. We will be releasing the island and making the land parcels available for community members to buy. Piece of land once bought by our community can be enriched through various assets that can be purchased in the marketplace. So a piece of land that things are going to be built on is going to be worth more and more and more. Landowners will also be able to host shows and community events. A portion of the rent charged for these events will go to the DAO. A few others use cases for landowners and described in the infographic below. They actually said that there was a event happening in Decentraland, so that might be something where they work together with. That might be something that they use there. You can create experiences, build digital presence, promote products, rent land, host events, create mini games. Worth a lot of money. As we roll out the availability of land on the island, users will be able to buy them. Early community members who purchase land will be rewarded with a lower price tag and or access to prime and pristine locations on the island. Land value will be determined by the ability to rent it for events. For instance, beachfront. Yeah, of course, beachfront can be more expensive than a dry piece of land. So that's what I said. Certain areas, well, in the sandbox could be next to Snoop Dogg, but beachfront, somewhere where you can build awesome things around the beach or somewhere in the mountain, is obviously a lot more valuable than a simple piece of dry land. Land parcels will be sold in 3 phases. Dutch auction happening. Dutch represent, so that means that the price is set high and slowly works its way down over time. Mint them at a comfortable price and own the land parcels as an ERC 721. Assets are bought and sold via the marketplace. Makes all total sense. And then you have the game portals, which is not that very important for us right now. Fair monetization though, NFT sales, revenues from the gaming community to play to earn royalties for the marketplace, in-game ads, revenues from partners who want to brand in front of the game players. That is an awesome concept. And 5% of all game creators' revenue will go to the Bullievers DAO. So this is a bit of a fair monetization that indeed sounds pretty awesome and pretty promising. Look, I think we covered everything. I think we went through everything pretty quickly as well, because there is a lot to it with this project. There is a roadmap that explains the couple of things that is left right now. We haven't actually looked at the team yet, which we can do in a quick second. But what has happened in Q4? The 10,000 NFTs of them, they sold out. They have more than 10,000 people on Twitter. The marketplace is launched and they rebranded to the Bullievers. And this is happening next week. Then right now, what is happening? The play to earn bear NFT happening next week. The IDO and liquidity mining happening next month. Treasury hunt, play to earn, land auction probably happening very shortly as well. So the next 3 months are going to be moving quick. After that, Metaverse launch, phase 1, bull run game, PvP fighting game, marketplace launch, Metaverse phase 2. Then you have cow NFTs, so there's going to be another NFT release. Again, maybe if you hold the other NFTs, maybe if you hold a bull and a bear, you can get a cow. I don't know what the setup might be. But again, they make it attractive to hold the NFTs and they make the value. This is actually very, very, very important. The value of the NFTs you have, they need to go up. Otherwise, it just dies down a little bit, right? You see that with the Bored Ape, people with a Bored Ape, they were able to get a mutant, right? They got a serum that were able to get a... So they were able to get a mutant and they were able to get a serum, right? Well, no, so they got a serum that were able to mutate their NFT, their Bored Ape, and they get a Bored Kennel Club. But the floor price of those NFTs is like, for the Kennel Club 5 Ethereum, for the mutant apes is like 15 Ethereum. So that gives a lot of value to owning a Bored Ape, and that makes the floor price go up. One of the perks at least. Same thing, they get the tokens probably somewhere at Q1, Q2, they're gonna get the Bored Ape token, which is a very good indicator. It's the best performing NFT out there. What these guys are doing also, next week you get a free NFT by just playing the game if you hold a bull. They should have something like that in place here as well. Alright, so the 3D cow avatar comes in as well, staking dashboard, and then later on this year, mobile support, annual Kobe virtual summit in the Metaverse, DAO governance, staking, breeding happening as well. So that's again probably more new NFTs by holding the other NFTs that you already have. So a lot of things coming up this year. Then the team. This is the team. So the team is Srina Alana, held numerous leadership roles in engineering and operating at Goldman, UBS, Capital One, and Reuters. So that's a pretty awesome portfolio already. Delivered multi-billion-dollar fintech, battery low, multi-billion-dollar fintech products. Founded Cognito Chain Enterprise Blockchain. Received awards and acclaims for implementing the tech that could benefit millions of unbanked. So at least this person knows what he's doing. Probably the same thing is going to be. I see Oracle here, performance team in finance at Oracle and IBM, and Yodlee, I don't know what that is, blockchain keynote speaker. So these people do really know what they're doing. Head of game engineering, 20 years of hardcore programming experience in C++, OpenGL, DirectX, real-time 3D graphics, including engine architecture and GPU, so VR as well already. Previously worked in companies like Sona, R&D, and Hayden. And then the Chief Growth Officer, over 18 years of experience that includes tech, financial services, consulting, and venture capital. Author of 2 books, including one on blockchain and quantum computing. So that guy is somebody with brains. Founded and deployed 2 venture capital funds. So these guys have done a lot of big things within business already. So they have run $1 million deals, $1 billion deals. They have worked with awesome big brands before, big companies before. They're trusted by a lot of big people within the world, big companies that have a good name to hold strong. So at least we know that the guys behind it, they're gonna do their best into creating this project and developing this project into one of the bigger games within 2022 to watch out for, I believe. That's all for now. I think we covered everything. Please let me know in the comments below whether you like this project or not. Other than that, if you could lastly please hit the subscribe button and bell notification so you get updated on all the next videos. I would appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video.